Now welcome to another edition of News from Naboo with Thor's Lightning Takes. And let's get right to the news.
I found some news that I thought was really exciting, and then I found out it wasn't as exciting. But we're going to get into all that. First off, we heard that Ewan McGregor confirmed that he is in Ahsoka Season 2. I was excited.
I am excited about that prospect, sure.
Yeah.
I mean, it implies Clone Wars flashbacks, more Clone Wars flashbacks, which sounds cool.
Ahsoka worked a lot with Obi-Wan
Yeah.
Kenobi, not just with Anakin. They all went on missions together. They were a tight little group.
They were
Yeah.
quite the team.
Originally, Anakin tried to make Ahsoka into Obi-Wan's Padawan, thinking this was for her, because he's the one who asked for a Padawan, not him. So I was super excited when I heard that at the Fan Expo in Boston, Ewan McGregor said kind of that he was in Season 2. Like, there was an implication, and all the news articles ran with this implication that Ewan McGregor, Ahsoka Season 2, it's confirmed, here it is.
But
But
I sense a big but coming.
But I believe the quote is out of context. He's not saying anything about himself being in it. He's just commenting about his wife being in it. What he actually said during the panel, they asked him, being a part of the franchise, are you a fan, though, of Star Wars as well? He said, yes. And then he was asked, well, what's your favorite installment you're not a part of? He said, well, I like watching my wife. I really enjoyed Ahsoka. I thought that was brilliantly done. It's so funny, she's shooting the second season now. And I know, is that a secret? And then no, we've known the shooting. Well, she is anyway, and so I just finished doing a play. So I'm at home with our son, who's 4, and I take him to school and everything, and then I'm, bumbling around the house, and I'd fetch a FaceTime. I forgot she's going to be green, She pops up, and I'm like, oh my god, oh yes. She's often in her trailer without all the head stuff on, but she's just green. She's a very beautiful green lady, so I love that.
Okay.
Which somehow translated to Ewan McGregor in Season 2.
How?
I don't know.
That actually implies he's definitely not in Season 2.
Because he's at home with the son.
Yeah.
And that they FaceTime.
Yeah, which makes sense.
I don't know how that totally got construed to him saying, I'm going to be in Ahsoka Season 2, or even hinting at it. I don't even know out of
context you take it that way, other than he knows it's filming, and, is that a spoiler? I guess if you just hear that, you might be like, oh, whoa, what do you mean? Why do you know it's filming? And what do you mean, do other people know? But we already knew that. That's not a secret at all.
Somehow everything got construed to all these reports coming out saying that, yes, he is in Season 2. It is confirmed, but honestly, I do believe that it is the other way around, that he is definitely not in Season 2.
Yeah, unless he filmed all his scenes already, which is possible. He's probably not in there a ton. If he would be, it would be more like a cameo and a flashback to Clone Wars, like we were saying. But it sounds like he's not in there at all.
No.
Which doesn't surprise me. I don't know that we'd have any Clone Wars flashbacks. You could say maybe in Mortis somehow we could see his Force ghost, because we've seen Qui-Gon in Mortis, we think.
Or some flashbacks to their time on Mortis to
certainly
give the casual fan more context as to what the heck we are talking about.
That could be interesting to see a flashback to the last time on Mortis. And
can they flashback to the animation?
No, I think that would be really weird. It would be really weird to do that. I mean, I think some Star Wars fans would go with it, but if you're not a Star Wars fan, you'd be like, what the hell? Are we in Bizarro world, or what's going on here?
Yes, exactly.
So it sounds like no Kenobi in Ahsoka, opposite of any reports you may have heard.
Next, we're going to touch on this briefly. We did talk about Matt Smith going to be in the upcoming Star Wars Starfighter movie, opposite, of course, our hero character, played by Ryan Gosling. We have now heard a report that Matt Smith will not be a Sith. He will not be a Darksider. The Force will not be with him. He's going to be playing some kind of military general in the film, which takes place after Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker. 5 years after. So is he remnants of an old regime? Is he part of a new regime who's trying to recruit Force kids or something?
He's a former First Order general or something? Or, like you said, is it a new regime that has... Well, we don't know what happens to the galaxy after The Rise of Skywalker. I know a lot of people who cares what happens to the galaxy, but they're going with it, so... We can speculate and say rogue factions kind of arise. He can be like a general, proclaims himself general of a system or something.
Yeah, or
some of that kind of happened after.
Could be from the old regime. Maybe all the First Order didn't get wiped out.
Well,
that
yeah.
wouldn't be off the charts there.
Well, it's like the Empire, right? Just because you won a big battle, just because Endor happened, doesn't mean the entire Empire disappeared.
I'll just spoil the whole movie. That's the plot. Matt Smith's character, he's a general from the First Order, and Ryan Gosling's character used to be in the First Order, and he defected right at the end of the war, and he's trying to re-recruit him because he's the best pilot starfighter there is. But he doesn't want that life anymore. He didn't want his nephew to find out. Now his nephew finds out and doesn't trust him.
He probably just ruined the whole movie for us.
I got you guys. I got you.
Let's keep in mind that what was defeated in The Rise of Skywalker was the Final Order fleet, the Sith fleet, and the other ships should... I know we saw like a montage at the end of them like crashing and stuff, but in all reality, the First Order wouldn't have just poof disappeared, right?
Well, here we saw a montage at the end of
like ships,
episode
I think
6.
in Cloud City and stuff, yeah. Well, yeah, we saw that. Well, that got added after in the original version. There is no montage. I'm not trying to argue with you. I'm just saying, like,
in the Battle of Jakku, the final battle allegedly took place years later.
Yes, a year later, but yeah,
years.
I know. I'm getting all technical here, and in a canon that they never get technical.
But you can't defeat an entire galaxy or half a galaxy's worth of faction in one day. It's not.
It doesn't really work that way. There would be the diehards who would stick
Look
to
at
it.
Moff Gideon.
Yeah, that's 5 years later, and Gideon's still doing it. And there are others. We know the Remnant is going to rise again under Thrawn, or we assume.
Right.
So, yeah. I mean, I'm not saying I love the idea of First Order remnants, and he could very well be, like you said, a rogue general of a new
he's Thrawn's regime. Son, carrying on his father's work.
I mean, they could paint him blue.
Why not?
Yeah, paint him up blue. I'm fine.
All right.
Smurf him up.
I don't know if I like that term. Okay. Well, we still have some time, so let's move into news this week in Star Wars, etc. It is a rather slow week. I mean, we did get like 2 books back to back in the past couple of weeks.
Neither of which we tackled yet.
No. I've touched them both with my hand, but that's about as far as I've gotten. I haven't even cracked the cover.
I opened the box and there was the book.
Yeah, because I have to read the Acolyte book, and I'm not really thrilled about that.
I'm still on Wayseeker, because you kind of read that for 2 months, and then I picked it up, and I'm slow rolling it too. We're going to do that review still, I promise.
Yeah, I'm sure we will.
One of these days.
All right, so for Wednesday and the comic front, we have Star Wars Jedi Knights #6. Thursday, we'll be having voice chat at 8 p.m. Central Time.
And maybe playing some Battlefront 2 again.
Yeah, maybe playing some
Battlefront. I had a 7 kill streak.
I don't even believe you.
There were witnesses.
Was the kill streak your own character? Did you fall off a cliff
have
7
killed
times?
myself like multiple times in a row by grenading myself. But no, 7 kills in a row. There were people watching me, so they can stick up for me and say it happened.
I have video proof of my tears.
You do. But yeah, I was tearing it up. We were winning a couple of matches. It was good times. It's a lot of fun, even though, a lot of times I suck. But anyway, that's all we got for you this time. Now it's your turn. Take to the comments below. Tell us what you think of the Obi-Wan Kenobi thing. Should he be in Ahsoka Season 2? Do you want to see him in there with Mortis and a flat? I don't know.
And did I ruin Starfighter for everybody? Did I just tell you the whole plot?
Probably.
I can pick apart Disney formulas.
Yeah, you can read their mind like it's Thor's mind. I'm talking in the third person now. It's getting weird, so I gotta call it quits. Thanks for watching.